Hello everyone, this is Jamarcus, and I'm here with finals of the RQA Beads Edition. Somehow we made it here. We were the lowest placing person to make playoffs, and we're in finals now. We kicked out number one, then kicked out number two. I think that's what their placements were. Um, so this is finals. We're against IDFK, who has a very, very good team. I always see Iron Valiant and Meowscarada drafted together. I think they're a fantastic pairing. Getting Meowscarada around three is really nice too. And then Terapagos is really strong as well. Got some good defensive options, good Terra Captain, and some good Pokemon in the back. Bottom three I don't think will really show up, but I could really see any of the top nine showing up. Moltres plus Gastrodon is a real problem for my team. It feels like it kind of walls everything. Moltres pretty much hard walls Enam, really good into Excadrill, Metagross. I do have Rotom, which helps a lot into it, and then Keldeo can obviously kill it with a water move. But generally Moltres just doesn't die, burns things. It's tough to deal with. And then yeah, Enam just looks absolutely terrible into Moltres. From my side, on the other hand, their ground resist is a Meowscarada and a Moltres. I have Mold Breaker for Levitate. And then nothing else. Well, I should be taking an Earthquake. So I actually ended up bringing Choice Band, as you'll see in the team in a second. As for the rest of the team, nothing too special. I don't think anything else in my team looks particularly good into them. Darkrai's pretty nice with Sludge Bomb for the two fast mons, and then Dark Pulse pretty much hits everything else that's relevant. And then Rotom's good for Fortress, but it's really bad into some of these Pokemon down here. So, what did I bring? I remember the nicknames for once. That's a good starter. Here's Excadrill, Adamant Choice Band. I'm running Adamant, which gives me just enough speed for the 75s, and then Terapagos should actually be base 85. So I am not running enough speed for Terapagos, but they shouldn't be running max speed anyways. They should only have enough speed for Metagross. So my Excadrill should also be outspeeding their Terapagos. I'm Adamant, which lets me 2 KO, max defense, Fortress. If I was Jolly, that would not be the case, or at least I would have worse rolls. And then just standard moves that you'd expect on Excadrill. Dual Stab, Rock Slide in case I want to try and predict Moltres, but I really don't. And then Rapid Spin just in case hazards get out of hand, because they do have a couple hazard setters that are quite good. Scarf Darkrai. This thing's for Booster Valiant and Scarf Meowscarada. It outspeeds everything. Sludge Bomb kills Valiant, and it's a decent chance at killing Meowscarada. If I get any chip on it, then we're pretty good. It puts it in range of Vacuum Wave or Bullet Punch or something like that too. The Dark Pulse just for stab, knock off in case I want to try and knock something off, and then Thunder Wave last move, just to maybe slow those fast Pokemon down, so that maybe Excadrill's faster now. Next up is Keldeo. I have enough speed, so I'm pretty slow actually, I'm modest, which means I'm slower than Magius, I'm slower than Haxorus, but I'm faster than the amount of speed they should be running. The fastest thing that they can outrun is Excadrill, so they should only be running enough speed for that. I have enough speed for that, and I also have enough speed for random max speed Moltres, in case that might show up. And then just max special attack with Wise Glasses. Those Wise Glasses are very important. It lets me 2-hit KO Assault Vest Glowbro with Hydro Pump, and it lets me 2-hit KO either Fizdef Gastrodon with Focus Blast, or Spadef Gastrodon with Secret Sword. And then Vacuum Wave is last. So Keldeo is kind of my wall breaker this game. It can 2-hit KO every Pokemon on their team. Next up, Carbink. That's my Terra Captain this week. I think Terra Ghost looks quite good here. It gives me a spin blocker, which is really nice because I do have spikes on this set. I'm not running Iron Defense Body Press this time around. I really wanted Power Gem for Moltres, and also just to avoid a weakness policy on Terapagos maybe. Then you just get up some spikes, rest off. I have Terra Ghost just to spin block. It's also decent defensively here. If Iron Valiant doesn't have knockoff, now I'm immune to close combat. Now they're just clicking Spirit Break into me. That's not very strong. I am max defense just for those strong body presses. Helps me against Haxorus as well. Next up is a pretty crazy set. Probably the coolest set I've brought all season long. Metagross. I'm really hoping this set pays off. I am Power Herb Meteor Beam with Psychic, Bullet Punch, and Trailblaze. This set would be absolutely terrible except for in this one matchup. I really catered it to this matchup. I spent a lot of time, probably an hour or two, just debating the set and the moves on it. At first I had Flash Cannon over Bullet Punch, but I liked Bullet Punch to 2-hit KO Iron Valiant. Psychic to 2-hit KO Moltres after I Meteor Beam, assuming I don't get the chance to Meteor Beam Moltres, although that's the hope. Enough attack to 2-hit KO defensive Gastrodon with Trailblaze. Enough special attack like for Moltres, as I said. The speed is so I outspeed. Oh, I gotta remind myself. Hold on. Okay, I remember. So this speed, I initially was a little bit slower, just enough speed to outspeed a Haxorus after a Trailblaze, but I realized that speed tier actually speed ties defensive Moltres, so I added a little bit more speed just so I can outspeed that. I think that's everything. And then last up, just boring Ultra Galaxy, max defense, max HP, with the Rocky Helmet and Poison Point, just to punish U-turn on Moltres, U-turn on Meowscarada, Triple Axle. I do live a Triple Axle with max defense. A minimum speed so that I can get slow flip turns. Toxic, mostly for Gastrodon to be honest. And then just Sludge Bomb to do some damage, Dragon Tail. Just shuffle things around, assuming I get spikes up. So what do I hope to see? Valiant's probably coming, Terapagos is probably coming, Meowscarada is probably coming, Gastrodon's probably coming, and then any of these, two of these five I would say. I don't think Miss Magus is coming actually. This is pretty bad into a lot of my Pokemon, I think. So, honestly, top 6. Probably Moltres, though. They probably want a good ground resist for Excadrill. What do we see? Pretty much everything I thought. No Moltres. And instead they go for Haxorus. And there's no Meowscarada, which isn't too surprising, but I definitely thought it would be more likely to come than not. So seeing Galarian Slowbro a little unfortunate. Means I have to hit some Hydro Pumps with Keldeo, and I'm totally walled by it on Metagross. Metagross is not doing anything to that thing, especially if it's Assault Vest. Excadrill's Earthquake looks so free this game. They have 2 ground resists, and they didn't bring either of them. Did I remember Mold Breaker? I did. Good. Scarf Darkrai looks great for Booster Val. Keldeo just clicks at stab moves. Nothing resists the 2 of those. Carbink, I'm probably just going to lead it and get some hazards up. Metagross, with no Moltres, it's a little less useful, because it's kind of supposed to lure that in and kill it. But getting Trailblaze kill on Gastrodon could be nice. Doesn't really die to any one hit. And then Defensive Trick Algae is really just here for Meowscarada, but I can still slow pivot on something like Forretress, Toxic Gastrodon, and maybe Toxic the Terapagos as well. So I'm just leading Carpink. It's got a pretty decent lead into everything. Not a great lead into Gastrodon though. I thought about leading Dragalge because I thought it was really good here, but leading Dragalge into a Haxorus was just really bad. So I go with the Carbink lead. And there's the Gastrodon. Unfortunate, and I expected that to lead. So I thought maybe I'd lead Dragalge, just get a Toxic off. But I did not want to risk that Haxorus lead. That would put me in a very bad spot. I want to get my Terra Ghost off right away. Gives me a bit of a switch into Haxorus. Gives me Rapid Spin immune as well, so I can get some hazards up. I decided to just get a Spike up. That's fine. They're not going to do much damage to me. I thought maybe I can Spike again. Maybe I just get some damage on this, see what its set is. Because I don't really have anything that I want to switch into. If it's Spadef, it can just die to Earthquake. But I don't want to switch to Excadrill as the Earth power. So I decided to stay in, figure this thing set out, click body press. It does 36 damage, which tells me they are SPDEF. That's fantastic. Which means this thing dies to Trailblaze from Metagross, and they're just going to click Earth Power. Figure out what my set is, maybe. We had the same idea from the lead. They see them Def, so they're thinking, oh, Haxorus isn't as good. So I think they're going to make one of two plays here. They're either going to click Recover, or they're going to just click Earth Power again. Both of these options, Metagross is good into. I will live in Earth Power if they click it, and if they click Recover, I 2-KO with Trailblaze, and they won't kill me with Earth Power. So I decide to go Metagross, and best case scenario, they click Spike again, which means I don't take an Earth Power, and they still die to Trailblaze here. This is a fantastic position to be in. They might not even be expecting Trailblaze. They might think, okay, Gastrodon doesn't die to any one hit from Metagross unless they're like Choice Band Psychic Fangs. And then they could take advantage of that. If they were Rindo Berry here, that's fine. They click Earth Power, they don't kill me. I kill them the next turn. And that actually lets me get 2 boosts. So if they're like Scarf Haxorus, actually I think Scarf Haxorus would still be faster than me, but then I would be faster than Val, for example. So I just click Trailblaze here. They thought for probably 3 or 4 minutes on this turn, so they're debating on if I can kill them here, I guess, but I do. Trailblaze, I get the kill, and fantastic. Fortress comes in. That was very surprising to me. I thought Terrapagos would come in and maybe just try and 2-KO me with Earth Power or something. I guess they didn't really know what my set was at all at this point. They probably thought Fortress Walls, they get up screens, they'll be fine. That's not the case. Meteor Beam should do about 60 if they're Def, and it does. So if they're Def, that tells me. Psychic always kills this next turn. They get up a Reflect, so their screen's very interesting. I should be able to kill them before they get the light screen up, which is very nice. Psychic does kill, and Metagross is doing far more than it was supposed to, and it seems like some people were a fan of the set, which is nice, including my opponent. There's one more move left they didn't see. It was Bullet Punch. I thought maybe I hide that in the back for Valiant, but what's going to come in here? If they went Slowbro, I was going to switch. If they went Terrapagos, I was going to stay in and just get some damage on it. Haxorus comes in though. Earthquake. I actually don't know if it kills me here or not. Let's check. As you can see, Earthquake from a, let's say, Jolly. Haxorus does 76%. I'm at 88, so I'm totally fine. And if they're Adamant, it would be a roll. Actually, no, it wouldn't. I would always live. So, I always live Earthquake. I think that's the strongest move they can go for here. So I'm going to live whatever move this clicks. Psychic into Bullet Punch can kill. At the very least, I get it in range of Vacuum Wave from Keldeo. I Psychic, it does a whole bunch of damage. And Bullet Punch with the Reflect Up can kill here. They get up a Dragon Dance, and I just don't miss. I miss the kill, which is fine. Metagross killed basically 3 Pokemon this game, which is fantastic. I'll be honest, it was really good into Terrapagos defensively, and nice for Valiant with the Bullet Punch as well. So losing it, and those two are still healthy, a little unfortunate, but I think I've done so much damage that Keldeo can just run through the rest of the team. I don't need to worry about clicking Hydro Pump anymore. Their resists and immune are all gone, although I have to hit them still. I do bring out Keldeo because I don't want to reveal Scarf Darkrai quite yet, so I just kill them with Vacuum Wave. Had they switched here, that's fine. If they go Slowbro, for example, that just lets me bring in Excadrill. So Valiant comes in. I still want to keep this alive. It lives a hit from Terrapagos. Does really nice damage. And maybe keeping Vacuum Wave in the back if Valiant gets low would be nice. Dragalge seems pretty useless at this point, to be honest. It doesn't do much of anything to Slowbro. It can live a hit from Terrapagos for sure, but it seems like it's just a switch into Iron Valiant. If this thing starts setting up, that's fine. I have Scarf Darkrai to always revenge kill this. as long as they don't get too many combines. So Dragalge comes out, I take my spikes, and they knock off. Pretty good case for me. I get the poison, which is very nice. Definitely not game winning. I'm in a good spot already. Although Terapagos is still very scary. That thing can sweep late game quite easily. I do live another hit. Unless they are mixed maybe and they have like Psychic. Although Psychic actually doesn't kill me from here or Psyshock. Actually, I think Psychic is a roll. I think it's like 45 to 55 or 56. So they would need a high roll. Anyways, Slowbro comes out as I believe I flip turn here. Yep. And it's about time. It took 12 turns, but Bandit Excadrill's out. It was time to click buttons. Flamethrower does not kill me here, although if they're Fizz Def, Earthquake will not kill them. Or actually, if they're even just max HP, because of the Reflect. It will not kill. And then there's the Flamethrower. And Earthquake takes them out. And they are down to just Terapagos and Iron Valiant. If Terapagos comes out here, I should be faster. Unless they're max speed, and I'm just going to stay and click Earthquake, break their shell. If Iron Valiant comes in here, I am going to switch, just because this thing lives Spike still and can get a big hit off on Terapagos. Then, yeah, if Valiant comes in, I just sack Dragalge. And that is what happens. Dragalge comes out, goes down to a Spirit Break. I know they're not choice banned based off the knockoff damage, but I'm thinking they're fully physical, or they were fully physical, I know from the knockoff damage earlier. Maybe their Scarf, maybe their Expert Belt. A lot of options that this thing could be. I go into Carbink. I figured, I know I live a hit from anything, knockoff shouldn't kill me. And I'm thinking they're probably Scarf, to be honest. Although if they're Expert Belt, I think knockoff would kill me here, but that would at least tell me. Although in hindsight, yeah, dying to knockoff here and just losing Carbink for nothing, maybe not worth it. It wouldn't even be in range of Vacuum Wave after the poison anyways. But they just click Spirit Break, it does nothing, and I get my rest off, which is very nice. So Spirit Break did 23, so knockoff would have done, yeah, I don't think knockoff killed me. I was at like 60%, right? Let's see. Dragalge goes down, and then Carbon comes back in. 61, it was probably a roll. Expert Belt definitely killed though. So I get my rest. They're not quite in range of Body Press, but I do click it here because they will die after poison. I should be out of range of any Terapagos hit. Dark Pulse will not kill me. They reveal to be boots, unsurprisingly. And I did not know if weakness... I was getting in my head about weakness policy here. They're not, they're boots, I can tell that. But I decided to click Power Gem here. Power Gem and Body Press should do very similar damage, like 5 to 6% to this with the Terra Shell. So it doesn't really make a difference either way. But I click Power Gem thinking that, oh, I won't activate weakness policy this way. Obviously, that will not be the case. They do get the Spit F boost, so Power Gem or Body Press would have done like 2 or 3 more percent. But the Earth Power, it does nothing to me. I Body Press. They Earth Power again, they don't kill me, and Body Press takes them out. And just like that, we're the Grand Champion. We won the whole thing. I really like the team I drafted. I'll go over that in a second. But Carbon gets another 2 kills, very nice. I think this thing got more kills than multiple other Pokemon on my team. I don't think Rotom got a single kill. Quag probably got 1 or 2. To be honest, I don't think Enam actually got that many. We'll look at it in a second here. But that's the game. I think I played quite well. Maybe going Carbon at that late game was risky because I didn't know they were Scarf Val. They actually ended up being Choice Scarf Valiant, which I think makes a lot of sense into my team. Could very well clean late game. I will say they didn't have a lot for Steel types. I brought both my Steel types, and I guess Gastrodon's good into them, but they definitely struggled to take them down. Although they did a good enough job. Look at that, Metagross is dead and Excadrill's almost dead. Um, Very happy with the team I brought. I think every set made a lot of sense on this team, and there was good reason to bring it. I know Dragalge wasn't the most exciting set, like Metagross here, but it felt necessary just to have a simple Pokemon that can do simple things that I need to do. Very happy with how Carving did this game. Very happy I brought it. I thought about maybe bringing Terra Poison Brute on it as a defensive mon. It's quite good into a lot of these Pokemon, honestly. But I figured Carving get some hazards up because I wasn't bringing hazards on Metagross or Excadrill. Yeah, happy with the team I brought. Happy with how I played. I think that went quite well. Alright, because it was so fun last time, I'm going to do a little tier list of the Pokemon I drafted for this league. And if I would draft them again, if I liked them, if they were disappointing, whatever. I'm not going to do this with the other league I was in, the BHA, just because I didn't do that good, I'll be honest. The only Pokemon I really liked from that league was Necrozma. Anyways, Darkrai. He's alright. Definitely not going to pick him first pick again, but if he's around for a couple of rounds, I think he fits pretty well, I'll pick him. It was fine. I figured out how to use it along as the season went along. The first 4 or 5 weeks were really a struggle with Darkrai. I could not figure out how to use it, but I made some sense of it as we went along. And yeah, it was really good in playoffs, I think. I'm trying to remember the playoff game, but yeah, it was good in semis. That's when I brought Specs, right? Yeah. Okay, Enamorous. Enamorous is around that point. Uh, Probably a bit higher though, honestly. It's a little cheaper for the points, and I think it does a similar thing. It's not quite as versatile, although it has I'd argue better coverage just because Fairy plus Ground's so good, whereas Darkrai tends to need a lot of coverage to hit things nicely. Um, it's slower than it wants to be, but that special attack is really nice, and being able to run physical with superpowers really cool as well. Um, it's just a very nice Pokemon. If you need a special breaker, it's a good win con. It's got very nice coverage. Go draft it. Excadrill, another A tier Pokemon. If you asked me like a couple months ago when it was the first couple of weeks of using this thing, I didn't like it a lot, I'll be honest. I just felt like I was running Assault Vest every week, or maybe Citrus Berry with rocks, and that didn't change that much. I mean, look at this final game, I brought Banded, but still the same old moves. But maybe that's all Excadrill needs. Just click an Earthquake, click an Rapid Spin. I never brought Swords Dance, I don't think. Maybe I tried Weakness Policy once. Um, it's just a good mon, good spinner. You'll find a lot of opponents have a great wall against it. Zapdos, Moltres, Corviknight, Skarmory, something that just you can't do anything about with it. There's no coverage you can run, there's no tech you can run. It's just click Earthquake, they're immune, that's it. Try and hit a Rock Slide maybe, I don't know. No Stone Edge on this guy either, it's kind of rough. It's good though, it does what you expect it to do. I think I would rather draft Iron Treads though. Rotom Heat. This A tier is going to get full, but Rotom Heat's really good. I almost want to put it in S. This thing, for its point value, I think I got it for like 11 or 12 points. This thing is so incredibly good. It's a great fairy resist. It's nice that it's a fairy resist that's not weak to ground, because most of your fairy resists will be poison, steel, or fire. I think that's all of them actually. So yeah, having that is really nice. Really nice defensive typing. Kind of walled by dragon types, which is a little rough, but most dragons don't want to get thunder waved or will-o-wisped. It having pain split also really helps a lot. It can set up screens, nice pivot, it can be bulky, it can be strong, it can be fast with Scarf. Good Pokemon. Keldeo S tier. Keldeo was so unbelievably good. Great breaker, great Scarfer, great pivot, strong priority, secret sword's really nice, makes it a lot harder to wall. Um, I don't think I ever brought Calm Mind or Sub. I kind of just Surf, Secret Sword, Vacuum Wave, Flip Turn every week. But it's really good. I would totally draft it again as like it's pretty bulky too. It's got base 90 across the board or close to it. And then great speed tier and really good special attack as well. I tried bringing physical one week, didn't work. Um, but that's on me. Time for another S tier. We got Metagross. So versatile. Bullet Punch is a great move. It having Heavy Slam, Psychic Fangs, and Knockoff now. I think those are the moves that it got recently. Really makes it uh, a lot tougher for offensive teams. And then even bulky teams too. Agility Weakness Policy is a classic, and I got a sweep with that one week. Great rocker, nice knockoff user. Can be Rocky Helmet, can be bulky, can be offensive, can be a sweeper, can just be a breaker with Choice Band, lead with Rocks and Boom and Custap Berry. Such a good Pokemon. Um, Pretty cheap too for 14 points. Like it's better than some of the steals in like 16, I think, or 15. I always had Iron Crown on my list whenever I'm making a new draft team. I'm thinking Iron Crown's my steel type. It does a lot. It's a pivot. Future Sight's cool. Setups. I actually don't know if it gets screens, but I can abuse screens for sure. And then Metagross ended up on this team instead, and I'm very happy I drafted it. It's very good. Next up, Trigalgy. I almost want to put this thing in S tier, and I'm going to actually. Such a good defensive Pokemon. No recovery moves is a little unfortunate, but this thing would be like a 15 pointer if it had recover, I think. Great defensive typing. Adaptability makes it not passive in the slightest, but poison points also really nice. Slow flip turns, very helpful. You need your grounded poison. Having this a dragon type is quite nice. It's not weak to fairy. Very, very good Pokemon. Such a steal for I think 9 points it is. Um, Very strong. I'll definitely be looking towards this if I need a mid-tier poison type. Quagsire is okay. It's a Quagsire. It doesn't do anything too special. Gets up rocks, clicks Yawn, clicks Encore, Recover, maybe an Earthquake or Scald here or there. It's fine. Um, that's that. Brute Bonnet, it's good. Um, I think the Terra types I chose weren't the best. Terra Dark was definitely good. Terra Fighting I probably didn't need. I don't think I brought that once actually. The Terra Poison was a good defensive typing though. I'm happy with that I brought that. But instead of Terra Fighting, maybe, I don't know, Terra Water, Terra Steel. Some better options for sure. Probably Water. Last up, Carbink. It's B tier. I know I was hyping it up a lot. It is good. For 2 points, I think, actually, I can't remember what it is in this league, but in where I drafted it in the SPDA again, it was 2 points. Great Terra Captain. I think if you're going to draft it, it should probably be a Terra Captain. It's only 2 points, so you could probably budget around it. With changing its typing to like Ghost, honestly, Terra Ghost is all you need. It's very, very strong. Iron Defense Body Press can be very tough for a team to kill. It has Stealth Rocks and Spikes. It can be a Trick Room setter. You can set up Gravity. I never did bring Gravity with Excadrill. I thought about it for this finals game, but didn't shape up. Um, but yeah, this is just a great Pokemon. It can be like, yeah, just leads with Spikes, Trick Room, Misty Explosion, with Custap Barrier, Mental Herb. Very nice Pokemon. It gives the team a good flying resist, which sometimes it struggles with. Not this team. This team's good. It's fine for flying types, but other teams can be. So, nothing in the C tier. I would draft all these Pokemon again, and if they fit the role, these S tiers are fantastic. I'd definitely look towards using some of those. Rotom Heat, I could argue, is up there too. Um, Let me order this a bit. Carving should be up here. Drill, yeah. Darkrai can go down there. That is the team. There were 11 Pokemon, or 10? 10 Pokemon, yeah. They were all good. Can't complain. Okay, I know it's not the prettiest, but here are the stats for this season. This is the regular season and playoffs combined. So, What Pokemon did I bring the most? Darkrai, surprise, surprise. And then Enam is tied for, or not tied, but it is second place. I did not bring any Pokemon every week. I think Darkrai didn't show up. Was it week 1 and then I brought it every other time? I can't remember. I think that might have been it. Then yeah, Enam, and then Dragalge and Excadrill, and Rotom Heat, and then Keldeo, and then some others lower down. Every Pokemon showed up multiple times though, which is very nice. And every Pokemon did some good work, which is nice as well. As for kill leaders, Darkrai and Keldeo. Keldeo tied it up in finals there with one more kill on the what you call it, Haxorus. No kills for Rotom. It's too bad, but it's all right. It still did very good. Metagross did very nice in finals there. Did I? Hold on 1 second. My apologies. I forgot to give Metagross his kills from finals there. So actually 8 kills from Metagross, so he's third place or tied. I guess yeah, third place for kills. Carbon getting 4 kills. Very nice. Got the same amount of kills as Enam, which is crazy. In my head, Enam had the dozen kills with Darkrai and Keldeo, but it appears not. More of a breaker, I guess, or it was in the back and it was my late game cleaner, but I never ended up needing it. I'm not sure what it was, but Enam only got 4 kills. It felt like more. So Carbon getting more kill or as many kills as Enam. Very nice. Brupana only getting 3 kills. That's fine. Played a defensive role for a couple games. Quag getting 2 kills is nice. Dragalge 5. It's pretty good too. There's our stats. So to wrap up this unnecessarily long video, we're over half an hour already, my goodness. Just taking one last look at the team here. We went 4-4 in the regular season, which is not fantastic at all, but we narrowly made playoffs, as you can see. Although everyone below us was quite a bit lower. I think some of these were forfeit losses actually, but yeah, they weren't going to catch up to us. And that's the team. I got third pick, so pretty nice. We beat first pick in finals there. There were only 14 teams in this league. Very happy with the team I drafted. I question if it is the best team I've ever drafted. It's either that or my Dragapult Deoxys Speed team, which is the other league I've won with. So far I've finished 3 leagues. I've won 2 of them. Not bad. I've got 2 more leagues on the go now, which I've just started. I think both teams are decent. One's probably better than the other, but time will tell. Maybe that team will be the one I'm questioning if it's the best I've ever drafted. But this team's really nice. I'm very happy with my double steel pick. That was really nice because sometimes it felt like one steel type didn't have a good matchup. I can still bring the other. And not a bad typing to double up on as long as you're not fighting weak, which this team was a little fighting weak. Now that I'm looking at it, I had 2 fighting resists. I did have some good Terra types to help with that though. So that's the team. That was finals. Went pretty well. Thank you to all the mods that kept this ship sailing. Is that something people say? I don't know. For running the whole thing. GG's to my finals opponent and everyone else that I played. Glad I could make a bit of a comeback in playoffs. Got 8th place and then got 2 rematches in a row that I won back to back. Very nice. I think I proved it that I didn't just get lucky my first league. I like to think I'm decent at this, but definitely some improvements to be made, especially when it comes to team building. That one team that I brought, what was it, week 6, I think, was terrible. Anyways, this video is too long. I'm going to bed. See ya.